So my name is Joey Terrill. I'm a Los Angeles artist, Chicano artist, queer artist, and I love that I'm able to come here to Frieze and be able to point out a few works that I have discovered and I'm really, really excited about. I'm always looking for other works that fall within that, queer rubric or diaspora, other marginalized communities, whether it's women, whether it's the transgender community, the African diaspora, Latin America, and there's something here for everyone. So the Still Life series I started back in 1997. I tested positive for HIV in 1989. I always thought that I was going to die. I tested undetectable for the first time. And I recognized that, wow, I am not going to die after all, or at least not from AIDS. I had conflicting emotions around it, but I kept trying to figure out how do I convey these conflicting emotions in a piece. And while I was pondering this at my breakfast table, sitting with my Cheerios and my HIV medications, I kind of chuckled to myself and I thought to myself, that's what I will do. I will do my own versions, taking the trope of the West Woman Still Life, but from my viewpoint, I wanted to both Mexicanize and queerize them. There are parts to it where I bring in personal items, objects, and things that create an enigmatic presence. Things don't necessarily go together. There's a tremendous amount of sexual innuendo in them. I determined that I'm going to continue to do the still lifes until I no longer have to take the medication, or until there's a cure, or until I die, whichever comes first. It's a work by Romeo Mebekian. It's based on a painting titled La Belette, 1851, by the French artist Armand Cambon. The artist has juxtaposed his face over the woman. In the original, the figure is very demure and looking away. In this one, the artist's face looking directly at us, challenging us to investigate Western culture and Black people's place in the art and history of that culture. And I've always been fascinated by artists who have looked at other types of genres or histories and then reinterpreted them for themselves. I love new discoveries. And when I saw these paintings by Rodrigo Hernandez of bats, I was very intrigued. Culturally, I know for me, a bat was something to be feared. A bat was something associated with evil or darkness, but I had never seen images of bats in a sort of natural and even sensual representation. These paintings, to me, are small but pack such a punch. I see these bats being metaphorically representational of communities that have been either overlooked or feared unrealistically, without provocation. I found myself attracted to these paintings by Malo Chapoy that obviously reference medieval renderings of society, culture, and different statuses. But there's this, anachronistic way of putting in contemporary elements that totally challenge our perception of what we're looking at. And then I was particularly drawn to those that, to me, reference anything related to death, dying, or disease. Again, through the lens of an HIV advocate, I see these, they look like, priests standing over bodies that might have been, victims of the plague. These paintings are so exquisitely rendered, and they're humorous. And humor is something that I think in some medieval works, humor and sarcasm and irony has been used. So the artist is following in that tradition, but with a fresh contemporary way of approaching it. I saw this image or photograph by Tessa Boffin in which she's posing as an angel, and right away it struck me as, this is definitely queer art. She's androgynous, and in posing as an angel, she actually is presenting as non-binary, which is what angels are supposed to be. I've always been aware as a gay man the role that women and lesbians took in working in HIV and AIDS. And I know I've since read that she really took on advocacy related to lesbians and HIV. HIV to me brought out the absolute worst and best in human beings. But this photo to me represents the best in response. There's this new resurgence in investigating her work, and I don't think it could come at a better time. We are in a historic moment that I know we will be able to get through, and it's all the more compelling to be able to engage with the arts. So come to this, wonderful experience and start to connect with people and community and art